right, welcome back, everybody. It is the Conway and Whitman Show. We're live on 97.1 Free FM. And it is time for the news. Yeah.
Got a black magic woman. Got a black magic woman. Yes, I got a black magic woman. Got me so blind I can't see that she's a black magic woman and she's trying to make a devil out of me.
All right, Robin, what's in the news?
Well, 22-year-old college student Matt Murphy was recently interviewed about catching Barry Bonds' 756th home run baseball. When asked what the lucky fan was going to do with the ball, Matt seemed a bit torn. B-27.
B-27.
Part of me wants to keep it. It's the greatest American sports accomplishments in history. Part of me might want to sell it, but I really am leaning towards keeping it. It's just too valuable, sentimental.
Oh, what a nut.
He's an idiot. He should sell that ball.
Now. Sell it tonight.
Absolutely.
No one's going to care about it. You know, I think the reason why he doesn't want to sell it is because the biggest offer he's had on it is like $80.
Right, so you think maybe he's just saving face. He's not getting enough offers, so that's why he's saying he wants to keep it?
Right, exactly. I mean, you know, stick it. What's he going to do with it?
I mean, if that stooge got a call from Bill Gates and said, "Here, I'll give you $100,000. I want that baseball," he'd give him that baseball so fast.
Yeah, but nobody's offering any money for
right,
it.
I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that there's controversy and it's Barry Bonds and people don't think it's pure. You know, baseball fans don't think it's pure like Hank Aaron's baseball. Or
how far would you drive and what would you pay to go see that ball?
I have no interest in seeing it.
None.
No. So if it were out here, if it were out here in the kitchen area outside the studio, I'd pause for a moment to look at it.
Right.
I'd admire it being glass, probably.
Right.
I'd look at it from a few different angles and then I'd go home.
That's it?
Yeah. I have no interest in it.
I'm the same way. I don't think I'd even look at it. I mean, who cares, right?
Right, I'd look to see if it had, like, dirt marks on it or...
It's got, like, beer stains on it.
Right.
All right, what else we got in the news there, Robin?
Well, Larry King interviewed Spice Girl Mel B earlier this week, and Larry pulled no punches as he grilled Mel about her fizzled relationship with Eddie Murphy. When asked about her current feelings toward the movie star, the Spice Girl kept her response very PC. Q1.
Q1.
Your feelings toward Eddie right now?
Let me take a breath on that one. I think he's a great guy. At the end of the day, the person that I fell in love with was amazing. The person that I know now and seeing his actions and what he's saying and the way he's conducting himself, I'm kind of appalled.
Okay. Sweetheart, everybody on the planet is appalled by your behavior.
How would he got a Spice Girls? You ever talk to Ginger?
You got pregnant with this guy so you could be set for life, darling. I mean, you can try to dispute that, and you can try to argue it, but I know. I'm in the know on this one.
Yeah.
I know, guys.
I know. So now, if you were Eddie Murphy, would you choose a one-time... I mean, if you had a choice, and you're Eddie Murphy, put yourself in his shoes for a moment. You have a choice between a one-time cash payout to Mel B, or you got to send her a check every month.
You know what I would do if I were Eddie Murphy? I would take all my money and burn it, and let her try to figure it out. I'd take every dime that I own and incinerate it.
Well, I would, if I were your advisor and you were Eddie Murphy, I would advise...
I'd live on the streets before I paid this idiot a dime.
Well, he did have sex with her, Tim.
I don't care.
And he did not use a condom.
Yeah, but she's really a stupid woman. She is so dumb that she thought this guy was going to, like, leave. Isn't he married? I think Eddie Murphy's married.
Eddie Murphy is married, I believe, yeah.
Right.
No, he got divorced, now he just got engaged.
Oh, he's engaged.
So he's with another chick, yeah.
All right, yeah, but he's not with Mel B.
No, apparently he doesn't plan to be Mel B's life partner.
And she just got married to some yuts.
Oh, really? Mel B did?
Yeah. Some producer.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I got a problem with the accent, too. Let's listen to that again.
Your feelings toward Eddie right now?
That's a Brooklyn accent.
Let me take a breath on that one. I think he's a great guy. At the end of the day, the person that I fell in love with was amazing. The person that I know now and seeing his actions and what he's saying and the way he's conducting himself, I'm kind of appalled.
Yeah, well, guess what, baby? Everybody is appalled by what an idiot you are. And by what a money-hungry bitch you are.
I do believe that if I were Eddie Murphy,
Right.
I would wear a condom 100% of the time. There.
If I were Eddie Murphy, I would want 50%. I would want dual custody of that kid. And every time I was with that kid, if I'm Eddie Murphy and I'm with that kid.
Right, you have your time with the child, right.
24 hours a day, I just sit the kid down and say what a see you next Tuesday Mel B is.
No, you don't do that.
Yes,
Tim.
I do.
You wouldn't do that.
24 hours a day for the 7 days that I have him, and then she gets him for 7 days, then I get him for 7 days. I'd sit him down and go, this is why your mom is a complete bitch. And I would go over it and over it and over it until that kid got it.
Well, again, it's not the child's fault. Eddie Murphy is a man, a grown-up, and Mel B is a grown-up woman. They chose to have a sexual relationship, and they produced a child.
Yeah, he didn't choose to have the baby. She chose to have the baby.
I understand that. I totally understand that.
Don't you think this woman has had abortions in the past?
Don't know, and I wouldn't speculate. But ideally, that may have been the ideal scenario for Eddie Murphy. But look, this is no surprise, right? It shouldn't be a surprise to him.
So what do you think it's going to cost him? $5 million?
I don't know what it's going to cost him.
$10 million?
I don't know. See, if I were him,
he's probably worth what? $200 million?
Eddie Murphy, I would think so. Yeah, I would do a one-time payout. Say,
of
Mel,
what, $40 million?
No, whatever. Calculate. Get Gloria Allred, who's sitting there. Throw a number at me for 18 years of supporting this child. Throw that number at me, and then we'll throw a number back at you, and I'll cut you one check. And Mel, we won't ever speak to each other again.
Is she legally in this country?
I'll just see you when I drive up to get the baby.
Is she legally in this country? Do you know, Robin? Is she legally?
I do not have that information.
All right, but maybe they should kick her ass out of this country.
I don't think she's...
If I were Eddie Murphy, I'd give her like $4 or $5 million, and she'd buy a nice house somewhere. Then if I were Eddie Murphy, I'd also buy the house next to her, on the left of her and on the right of her, and I'd turn them into homeless shelters and torture this woman like she's torturing him. This woman needs to be duly tortured like she's torturing him.
What is she looking for? Has she said, Robin, at any point what she wants?
She's got it. She's got a baby of a wealthy guy.
I think she's not looking for a relationship anymore with him, Brian. I think she's just looking for a payout, if you ask me.
Yes, Robin, you know it, man. All right. What else in the news, Robin?
Well, finally, this from Hollywood.com. Angelina Jolie has given up girls and S&M.
Wow. Sounds like you, Brian.
After falling for Hollywood hunk Brad Pitt, the 32-year-old actress admits betting women in the past, including a 10-year relationship with model Jenny Shimizu, and has also confessed to experimenting with knives during sex.
Oh, wow.
But she insists her relationship with Pitt has tamed her. J30.
All right, J30.
Well, I've never hidden my bisexuality, but since I've been with Brad, there's no longer a place for that or S&M in my life. So basically, I don't bang chicks with strap-ons anymore, if that's what you're asking.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Very candid.
To the point.
Yeah. That sounds... it sounds like she's become a whole different woman.
Yeah, wow, that's remarkable.
Well, I've never hidden my bisexuality, but since I've been with Brad, there's no longer a place for that or S&M in my life.
Oh, boy.
So basically, I don't bang chicks with strap-ons anymore, if that's what you're asking.
There she goes. All right, well, she sounds like she's going to be a great mother.
Yes.
Mother of the year. And, what I've heard she also is about to do? She's about to change Brad Pitt's name like she does her kids. She doesn't like the name Brad Pitt.
Oh, so she wants to change his name?
Yeah.
Well, he's a celebrity. You better be careful about changing his name.
He's thinking of moving to Italy and becoming an architect and saying F at the show business.
Really?
Yeah.
Impossible.
You don't think so?
Impossible. Even if he goes to Italy, he's
got enough money to retire.
He'll still be Brad Pitt. Is he going to undergo? Well, look, this is what I would believe it if I believe that he really wanted to say F it to his life, his lifestyle, if he had reconstructive surgery so he doesn't look like Brad Pitt anymore, changes his name, moves to Italy, and becomes an architect. Okay, fine. But if he just goes there, I'm Brad Pitt and I'll design your building, he's still playing off the celebrity of being Brad Pitt.
Right.
It's impossible for him not to do that.
Right. But he's got... this guy has really made some odd choices in life. He was living in Malibu with Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, right by the water there.
Now he's with this lunatic. And, I don't follow... I try to avoid almost everything that I see in Angelina Jolie. If she's on TV, I don't watch it.
Right, but your wife gets the magazines, doesn't she?
Yeah, if she's in a movie, I don't look at it. If she's in on a news broadcast, I don't look at that. And I don't read anything about Angelina Jolie, all right? I avoid Angelina Jolie, and I have forever.
Right.
I don't find that that thrilling. I knew she was crazy, and I avoid her at all costs.
Right.
How did Brad Pitt not know she was nuts?
Right. Now, does this plan to go to Italy not involve Angelina Jolie?
No, it involves her.
Oh, God.
I think everybody's going. The
Oh,
whole
no.
crew. Max and
Oh, boy.
Ruby.
I think
and,
that's Maddox.
Yeah, or Maddox. All right. Maddox and Ruby or whatever. Max and Ruby and Max, whatever they got going over there.
Right.
All right. Anything else in the news, Robin?
No, that's what's happening.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank
Robin
you.
with the news, everybody.
You got your spell on me, baby. You got your spell on me, baby. Yes, you got your spell on me, baby. Turning my heart into stone. I need you so bad, magic woman, I can't leave you alone.
All right. Let's go back to this Eddie Murphy thing here.
Yeah, sure.
Because this really irritates me.
No, I can tell you get really upset about this. I mean, I understand the dilemma for Eddie Murphy. I mean, I get it as a guy, but at the same time, you're Eddie Murphy. What did you think would be her reaction? Wear a condom. I mean, Tom Likas is right. I mean, if you're Eddie Murphy, 100% of the time.
Right. But because you didn't wear a condom once, should the price tag be $5 or $6, $7, $10 million?
If you're Eddie Murphy, you should understand that it could be.
That's true. However, don't you think, doesn't this have all the signs that this rat was looking for a payout? This Mel B?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what Mel B of the Spice Girls, and I mean, she should have.
I can't stand the effing Spice Girls. I can't stand any one of those effing Spice Girls.
Well, maybe this is part of your anger toward her. Maybe it all begins with your...
The Spice Girls are raping America.
Well, they're done. I mean, it's over for them. I would hope that Mel has some Spice Girls money left. I'm sure she does.
I can't stand the effing Spice Girls. And I wish I could use the terminology. Can we be on satellite for 5 seconds?
Do you want to use the whole F word?
More than the F
I'll
word.
patch you through to Sirius.
Yeah. Let's see if we can we buy 5 minutes of time on Sirius Radio
Tim's
or
gonna,
XM?
The audience should know Tim is so angry right now.
I'd like to blast away with the Fs and the Cs.
That he's going to swear and then dump himself, so you'll never hear it. But if you're on hold, I think you hear it. If you call now and you get thrown on hold, you'll hear it.
All right. If you want to be on hold when I blast away, and you can actually hear it on hold, 520-9710 and 888-520-9710.
Right, but the listeners in the car at
Not
home,
gonna hear it.
They will not hear it. It will be dumped. I'll hear it.
8 people on hold, you, Gina, and Randy, and Manny sitting in there. You guys will hear it.
Yeah, we'll hear every word of it. Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
And the people on hold will hear it, but the people at home will not hear it. This is what's happening. Eddie Murphy is getting screwed.
Right, now, that's just kind of that's not
That's
your...
my opinion.
Right, but you're going to elaborate on it once we get...
Once we have some callers on hold, and I'll really blast away. We'll just, because we're in a minute delay, so I got to hold on here
Would
for
it be
a
okay if I untied my shoe because it's come off my foot and I have to untie it to get it back?
Yeah, no
be all right?
problem. You popping shoelaces?
Yeah.
Done a lot of salt this week?
Yeah.
Going through a couple laces, huh, buddy?
There we
Jesus
go.
Christ.
There we go.
All right, here's, again, Eddie Murphy's... chick, or ex-chick, whatever the F she was.
Mel B.
Mel B.
I guess they had a relationship at least for one night, but I think
At
it
least
was
1 minute.
I think it was longer than that, actually. Weren't they together for a little bit? I think they were.
Were they?
I think they might have been.
What a disgusting crew. Those Spice Girls.
Well, they were popular in the mid-'90s. My gosh, every song on the radio was the Spice Girls.
All right, here's Larry King and Mel B.
Your feelings toward Eddie right now.
Let me take a breath on that one. I think he's a great guy. At the end of the day, the person that I fell in love with was amazing. The person that I know now and seeing his actions and what he's saying and the way he's conducting himself, I'm kind of appalled.
All right. Okay, here it is, gang.
All right, now we do have guys on hold. You want to ask maybe somebody on hold if they're ready for it?
You guys ready for this? Who's on line 1?
I'm ready for this. That's all I got to say.
What's your name?
James.
All right, you as pissed off as I am about this?
Dude, I am so pissed off right now. I mean, she's an idiot.
Yeah.
Okay?
All right. Hold on 1 second. Let me warm up here for a
Tell me
second.
when you're ready, and you'll hit the dump button. Who's got the dump button?
Yeah, I'll hit it.
Okay.
I'll make sure we
So
get
Tim
it.
is going to swear and then dump himself. All the callers on hold. Every line is on hold. They will hear the rant.
Yeah, they're going to hear it, but the folks at home, not so much.
And the guys in the car won't hear it.
No. Maybe we can put it up on our website?
Yeah, actually, we'll play it back later. I'm gonna edit it.
Okay. All right. Mel B is a complete. She is a whore beyond all recognition, and she's a real.
We got it?
You got it.
Now, I asked James what he thought of that. I mean, did he...
James, is that enough for you?
You know what? That was exactly what I was thinking. I mean, you really just spelled it out for me.
All right.
Beautiful.
Hey, now, have you ever been a victim of one of these deals?
You know what? I have not, luckily, because you know what? Like Tom Likas says, you know, you got to 100% of the time you got to wrap it up.
That's right.
Yes,
That's
so.
right. You got to use a condom.
All right, thanks, dude. Richard, you're on 97.1
I don't want to talk to you guys. I just want to listen.
Okay.
How'd you like it, Richard? Richard liked it, I guess.
Jennifer, you're on 97.1 Free FM.
You guys are awesome. I mean, that was completely awesome.
Was that enough swearing for you?
Yes.
Hey, now,
and I agree.
How old are you?
Totally. I'm sorry?
How old are you?
I'm 25.
You white, black, Hispanic?
I'm Jewish.
Jewish, okay. So you're probably white, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, have you ever been in a situation like this where you got pregnant from a guy?
I've never gotten pregnant from a guy, ever.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
25,
right,
yeah.
Never. So you always use protection, or are you a virgin?
Yes, of course. No.
Right. Okay.
You know, let me stop for a second here. You know, I shouldn't have even asked you that question because getting pregnant, like out of wedlock, and not having the means to support a child, not a big problem in the Jewish community.
Well, I don't. See, I would rather be married and be able to take care of a child before I have
I understand that. But this is what I'm getting at. Where do you live? What part of the city?
I live in Woodland Hills.
Okay, Woodland Hills. Perfect, because this is exactly what I'm talking about.
I see.
I drove down Ventura Boulevard the other day, and I was stopped at a light. I think it was like Gloria and Ventura.
Oh, I know where that is, yeah.
It's just around like Havenhurst.
Right,
a little bit east of Havenhurst, right?
There's a Burger King not far
That's
from there.
Exactly. There's a Burger King right there,
Yeah.
dude.
Yep, see?
Jesus Christ, man. You are the best.
I'm like
I should have just said Burger King Encino, boom.
I love that Burger King.
Gloria and Ventura.
You know why I love that Burger King? And give me 5 seconds. Never a line at that drive-thru.
And there's a long drive-through.
Yep.
Yeah.
A long, narrow drive-through, but there's never anyone in front of you.
That's why I go.
And the service is great, and the burgers are always fresh and hot. I love that Burger King.
It's a great Burger King. I drive from my house to that Burger King and pass two on the way.
Now, see that?
It's the best Burger King on the planet.
The one in Encino, yeah.
They're not open late.
No, but have you ever sat inside,
People in
too?
Encino go to bed.
Have you ever sit inside? It's all clean. You can bring Sophia. It's nice and clean.
No, I just drive through.
Yeah.
But I saw a billboard on a bus stop, and it said, I think it's the no questions asked policy, where if you have a newborn baby, you bring the baby to a police station or a firehouse.
Right.
And you give it to the fireman or the policeman, and they don't ask you where you got it. They don't ask you if it's yours. They just don't want you to kill that baby in some back alley.
Right. It provides a sanctuary, if you will.
Exactly right.
For an opportunity for a woman just to, give birth to the baby, but literally drop it off, get rid of it with no strings attached.
Right.
And it's designed, as you say, Tim, to protect the child.
Right. Here's the problem. That billboard is wasted on Gloria and Ventura. That is not a problem in Encino.
Well, I mean, to suggest it's never happened in Encino.
It doesn't happen in Encino. The people in the Encino Hills are not having children and then taking them to fire stations. That billboard should be in other parts of the city, not Encino. That's what I'm saying. It's a waste of money. Don't you agree?
Well, I will grant you that there are other areas of Los Angeles where that message needs to be heard louder and more often.
Right. It's not in Encino.
I would agree.
It's not in Beverly Hills. It's not in Bel Air. It is, and it's not even race related. It could be in white, black, Hispanic, Asian neighborhoods, but not Encino, not Beverly Hills.
Yeah, I'm not saying don't put the sign in Encino because it might help someone at that Burger King
it's
or in
a
that
waste.
area. I'm not saying it's a waste, but
and you know what? The people who work their asses off and live in the Encino Hills shouldn't have to see that billboard.
Oh, it's an eyesore, you mean?
Yes. It's not a problem in that area.
All right.
Sons of bitches. Jennifer, do you agree with that, baby?
Totally agree with you.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't even tell you. I was just saying they should just have a billboard that's like a woman's lace clothes and have a condom. You know what I mean? Like, or just don't have sex, man. You know?
Right,
yeah.
right. You are.
All right, Jennifer, you're very smart. You're gonna make a great wife one day.
Can the I-Man give me the time, please?
Oh yeah, 21 minutes now out of the hour.
Thank you, guys.
There you go.
There she goes.
Awesome.
You got it.
I can't believe she's 25. She knows who Imus is.
Imus in the morning.
Yeah.
66 WNBC.
Oh, 21 minutes now out of the hour.
Did I catch all of that swearing on the? Okay.
By the way, I love that she called him the I-Man.
Yeah.
She's a pretty hip 25-year-old Jewish girl. I mean, that's pretty cool.
All right, folks. What do you think about Eddie Murphy getting hosed here by Mel B?
No, it's.
I'm not giving her the courtesy of calling her Mel B. It's Mel B.
Well, I think you're mispronouncing
Mel is her name. Melvin. Melvin. Let's call her Melvin.
Well, it was always Mel of the Spice Girls. She's Mel.
Melvin. All right. Melvin's getting hosed, or Eddie's getting hosed by Melvin. That's what's happening.
Well, I mean, I do want to report the story accurately. I don't think there's a Melvin in the story.
520-9710 and 888-520-9710. It is the Conway and Whitman Show. We're live on 97.1 Free FM.
Your feelings toward Eddie right now.
Let me take a breath on that one. I think he's a great guy. At the end of the day, the person that I fell in love with was amazing. The person that I know now and seeing his actions and what he's saying and the way he's conducting himself, I'm kind of appalled.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the Conway and Whitman Show, live at 97.1 Free FM. These guys in there edited what I had said about Melvin, and
it's Mel B of the Spice Girls.
It's just too close to right on.
Well, that was
too close to spot on.
It was a special moment tonight for people who called up and guys who were on hold. They got to hear your vulgar rant. Of course, it was dumped on the air, so nobody listening to the radio heard it. But every once in a while, when Tim's anger gets to the point where he really needs to blast away, we invite people to call. They sit on hold, and they can hear all of the profanity and vulgarity before it gets dumped from what we call the air feed. That was quite a rant. I can tell you're really upset with this former Spice Girl.
Yeah, I just don't like it when, just because you have a baby. Yeah, all right. Eddie Murphy made a mistake, and he should have worn a condom. Or he should have had his tubes tied.
Yeah, how about that? I mean, if you're Eddie Murphy, my God, how come you're not shooting blanks at this stage in your life?
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm Eddie Murphy, I got clipped years ago.
But I think there are so many stories like this where actors and football players, athletes, and these movie stars,
producers,
everybody. There's always a chick out there looking to, to have that baby for the wrong reasons with you, and then she's shocked that you don't leave your wife and your kids for that idiot and that new baby.
Well, let me ask you a question, Tim, not to challenge your premise, but sort of to challenge your premise. How do you know that Mel B or Mel B, Melvin, if you'd like me to call her Melvin, I'll call her Melvin.
All right.
How do you know that this former Spice Girls singer has all of those wrong motivations? How do you know that she's got all of these bad thoughts? Maybe she...
Do you remember what I told you a couple years ago?
About your instincts?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I do.
I've honed my instincts to perfection when it comes to people.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that now.
And so I'm relying on my instincts, and my instincts tell me that she is a bad person.
Okay.
You know?
And that's all you got, though?
That's all I got.
Well, now she's paired with our friend, and we do love Gloria Allred, but she seems to be, she's really playing the game now. We saw her on the news last night with Gloria Allred sitting there.
Yeah, Gloria Allred shouldn't take that case either, because Gloria Allred, it destroys Gloria's reputation.
Oh, I love Gloria.
And for her to take this case on. I mean,
love
Gloria
her.
does...
I would date Gloria Allred. I love her.
You do? You would?
Yeah. I love her.
Really?
I worked with her.
Oh, that's right. You guys can go out with the, go on, give health care to everybody, free health care, run around, the two of you.
At KABC, I worked with Gloria many, many times. And
I like Gloria Allred, too.
She always smells beautifully. She always is dressed so she's everything I'm not. She always dressed nicely.
Was she in tennis shorts?
She smelled good and was wearing tennis shorts.
I like Gloria Allred. I don't like that she's taking Melvin's case here.
Mel B,
whatever. I think it's disgusting that guys still have to put up with chicks like this.
Well, what do you think as a dude? Because this is the ultimate question for Eddie Murphy. He'll have to. I'm sure Eddie Murphy for himself has answered this question. I'll ask you. What do you think his responsibility is? What should he do?
Well, I think that she should get some money, and I think that she should get some support for the kid. But I don't think that she should get millions and millions of dollars.
Just because he has it.
Right. I think that she should, like every one of these, whores who do this, they should get enough money to get by and then go out and get your own effing job.
So you would give her $50,000 a year?
Maybe 100.
Oh, all right, okay.
But not millions.
Well, she wouldn't have to work.
She shouldn't be living in Bel Air.
Okay, because that's what she wants.
In a beautiful house or a beautiful townhouse.
That's what she wants.
With a nice car and live off that kid. She's going to survive off that child.
Right, she's become almost now like a leech to the baby.
That baby's supporting her.
In a weird way, her child is supporting her.
Right.
Right, yeah, it's kind of a weird...
And how do you go to sleep at night, Melvin? When your child is supporting you? God damn it, that irritates me. All right, 520-9710 and 888-520-9710. Melvin is taking Eddie Murphy to the cleaners. Sam in L.A., you're on 97.1 Free FM.
Hey, I just wanted to make a comment about that safe baby dumping sign in Encino.
Right.
I think that's about as useful as a payday loan place in Encino.
You don't see many of them.
No,
right.
You don't.
No. That's exactly right. Are you a comedy writer? You're very funny.
I love you. But you know what? I have to tell you, I have that same feeling about Mel. I don't know what it is,
yeah.
but there's something nasty
She's
going on.
She's taking Eddie's money, man.
Can I ask you one question, though? Wasn't she dating Bobby Brown right about the time when he hooked up with Whitney? Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know much about... the first time I ever saw her or heard her voice was yesterday on Larry King.
Yeah, no. Tim and I knew the Spice Girls, and you knew the music. I'm sure Jennifer liked the music.
Never knew any of the names and never heard much of the music.
Okay, all right.
Okay, but my life is sad enough that I read some tabloids, and I know she was dating Bobby Brown. You should look that up, because this might be residual Bobby Brown anger.
Yeah, you know what these chicks do? They're actually pretty smart, because they tool their cooter around, trying to get some guy to impregnate them, impregnate them?
You got it the first time.
And just so they can survive off the alimony that they're paying the child, the child support and the alimony.
Yeah, that's right. But
you know what? She shouldn't be getting any alimony because they were never married.
Well, she apparently now is married to somebody, according to Randy Wang.
Then she shouldn't get anything. F her. F Melvin.
I agree, and I just want to say one more thing.
F her.
It's the leading career now is being a baby mama.
That's exactly right.
All right,
baby. Engineering.
I can't take much more of Sam.
I love Sammy. All right, we're going to give you something here, Sammy. We're going to give you a pair of tickets to see the great Bobby Slayton. Look at that, everybody.
Sammy.
The Pitbull of Comedy live at the brand new Night Owl Showroom at Hooters Las Vegas. Go to HootersCasinoHotel.com for all the info.
Sam, are you there?
Sammy? There she goes. All right, let's talk to Jake.
She was in comedy. You'd think she'd want those.
She's a comedy writer. Jake, you're on 97.1 Free FM.
What's going on, guys?
Hey.
Hello, Jake.
You guys are each fountains of knowledge. This one hits home, and
Did you get screwed like this?
Man, let me tell you, man. I got screwed like this when I was 18 years old.
Wow. Oh, boy.
I found out in the military when I was 22 years old. And when I was making, $1,500, $1,200 a month in the military, it was no problem because, no chicks really wanted you, you know what I mean?
Right.
When I got out of the military, I was homeless. I was living in a car. I lost my job.
Hey, Tommy, please.
Tom, please.
Hey, how old are you now?
I just turned 30.
So, were you in the original Gulf War?
No. I was in there during 9/11 and then doing counter drug ops in Colombia.
Oh boy.
But
wow.
Yeah. What happened though? I got out and was homeless, and of course chicks didn't want me to impregnate them. But once I started going to school, and once I started, once women found out what I was doing, what I was trying to go to school for, and when I almost got done, they started coming around, a little bit. And once I got, the degree and started working and making pretty good money,
right. She came after you.
Well, no. I'm talking about other women now.
All right, dude. It's a long story, buddy. God love you and your service. I'm deeply appreciative of your service to your country. The story's got to end at some point.
Okay, I go to the bank every week to cash my check, and they're coming out of the woodwork to what's your name? I never noticed you before.
How much you making now?
What's that?
How much you making now?
About 110.
Yeah. You got to watch it, dude. You got to keep that condom on.
Right. And why, when you were in the military, Jake, why did you think you knew more than your professor?
I'm sorry,
Yes, always wear a condom 100% of the time.
All right. Hey, Jake, we're going to send you something here. We're going to give you a pair of tickets to see Bobby Slayton. Look at that. The Pitbull of Comedy.
Jake?
Live at the brand new Night Owl showroom in Hooters, Las Vegas. Go to HootersCasinoHotel.com for all the info. I love that guy.
Oh, Bobby Slayton. He is the Pitbull of Comedy. And Mel B and Eddie Murphy, where do you come down on all of this? 520-9710 or maybe 888-520-9710. Here's Roxette, and they've got the look at Kiss FM.
Walking like a man, hitting like a hammer, she's a juvenile scam. Never was a quitter, tasted like a raindrop. She's got the look.
Mel B is a complete. She is a whore beyond all recognition, and she's a. All right, welcome back, everybody. It is the Conway and Whitman Show. We're live on 97.1 Free FM. And it is time for the news. Yeah.
Got a black magic woman. Got a black magic woman. Yes, I got a black magic woman. Got me so blind I can't see. That she's a black magic woman and she's trying to make a devil out of me.
All right, Robin, what's in the news?
Well, 22-year-old college student Matt Murphy was recently interviewed about catching Barry Bonds' 756th home run baseball. When asked what the lucky fan was going to do with the ball, Matt seemed a bit torn. B-27.
B-27. All right.
Part of me wants to keep it. It's the greatest American sports accomplishments in history. Part of me might want to sell it, but I really am leaning towards keeping it. It's just too valuable, sentimental.
Ah, what a nut.
He's an idiot. He should sell that ball.
Now. Sell it tonight.
Absolutely.
No one's going to care about it. I think the reason why he doesn't want to sell it is because the biggest offer he's had on it is like $80.
Right, so you think maybe he's just saving face. He's not getting enough offers, so that's why he's saying he wants to keep it?
Right, exactly. Stick it. What's he going to do with it?
If that stooge got a call from Bill Gates and said, "Here, I'll give you $100,000. I want that baseball," he'd give him that baseball so fast.
Yeah, but nobody's offering any money for it.
Right, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that there's controversy and it's Barry Bonds and people don't think it's pure. Baseball fans don't think it's pure like Hank Aaron's baseball. Or
how far would you drive and what would you pay to go see that ball?
I have no interest in seeing it.
None.
No. So if it were out here, if it were out here in the kitchen area outside the studio, I'd pause for a moment to look at it.
Right.
I'd admire it being glass, probably.
Right.
I'd look at it from a few different angles, and then I'd go home.
That's it?
Yeah. I have no interest in it.
I'm the same way. I don't think I'd even look at it. I mean, who cares, right?
Right. I'd look to see if it had like dirt marks on it, or
it's got like beer stains on it.
Right.
All right. What else we got in the news there, Robin?
Well, Larry King interviewed Spice Girl Mel B earlier this week, and Larry pulled no punches as he grilled Mel about her fizzled relationship with Eddie Murphy. When asked about her current feelings toward the movie star, the Spice Girl kept her response very PC. Q1.
Q1.
Your feelings toward Eddie right now.
Let me take a breath on that one. I think he's a great guy. At the end of the day, the person that I fell in love with was amazing. The person that I know now and seeing his actions and what he's saying and the way he's conducting himself, I'm kind of appalled.
Okay. Sweetheart, everybody on the planet is appalled by your behavior.
How would he have a Spice Girls? You ever talk to Ginger?
You got pregnant with this guy so you could be set for life, darling. I mean, you can try to dispute that, and you can try to argue it, but I know. I'm in the know on this one.
Yeah.
I know, guys.
I know. So now, if you were Eddie Murphy, probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah. No, I understand that, Tim.
She did it for the money, and she is having a child for the wrong reason. She's having a child so the child could support her. And that, in America, is wrong to do, women. Don't do it. Richard in Studio City, you're on 97.1 Free FM.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Yeah, man. I mean, come on now. He's Eddie Murphy.
Who would have guessed?
Wow.
Emma, you're on 97.1 Free FM. Sorry you had to hear that, baby. Emma?
Hello.
Hey, you're on the air.
Yeah, thank you. No, you know, you mentioned about the 50s and 60s. Back then, the women used to get pregnant to trap a man to marry them. Nowadays, they trap a man so they can support them.
Yeah.
I can tell you stories of women that I know that dumped men that had more money so that they can support them. And
they do. Yeah, you know, these guys like, Eddie Murphy, who's another good example? Arsenio Hall. I mean, these guys are all targets for this kind of stuff.
Sure.
And, once in a while they screw up, and it costs them an S-load of money. But it is, what it is, it's reverse rape is what it is. Melvin raped Eddie.
Sure.
That's what happened.
No, I don't completely agree with you on this one, Tim.
Bill Cosby, it happened to him too, right? Happens to everybody. I mean, it's my dad skated. My dad was so fortunate to skate all that. He had chicks all over him during the Carol Burnett show years, and
yeah, when he would do that Mrs. Wiggins, I'm sure they'd all get hot for him.
Yeah, the looks tapered off a little during Dorf on Fishing, but during the Carol Burnett show, man, he had...
He's a hot guy.
Once when my mom left, he had the hottest chicks in the planet. He could have been a victim of this, but he's a smart guy.
Right. That's right. The most important part is the last part, but he's a smart guy. So I understand your outrage at these chicks, Tim. I get all of that, but this would not be happening. Eddie Murphy would not be facing this problem if he behaved differently.
I give you that.
But then don't give me
Melvin
that and then dismiss it. Forgive me. It's not. That's a big piece of this puzzle.
All right, I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to make a statement. You tell me whether it's true or not.
Sure.
Melvin Spice is not talented enough to make her own money. She needs to lay on her back and get pregnant by a wealthy guy in order to live right.
To live the way she wants to live?
Yes.
That might be true. I don't know her, but that might be true.
Okay. If that's the definition, that's what whores do. They lay on their back so they can live the lifestyle that they want to live.
So a woman who marries a guy...
She didn't marry him.
Okay. So a woman who's in a relationship with a guy for a lifestyle...
is a whore, right?
Okay.
And she's using this kid to get that kind of money. I think it's disgusting. It's Conway Whitman live on 97.1 Free FM.